All right, and in this video, we are going to be finding the whole when we are given the percent and the amount. So Amelia is going to loan $560 to her sister to help her put a down payment on a new car. The money Amelia is going to loan to her sister is 35% of the total amount of money that she currently has in the bank. How much money does Amelia currently have in the bank? So Amelia is willing to give 35% of her money to her sister. When she hands that money over, it's going to be a total of $560. Now, that $560 came from her savings account or her bank account. We're trying to figure out how much does she have in her bank account, so that when she takes 35% of it, that amount is $560. So let's start highlighting here. Well, actually, let's write our formula. So we know our formula is amount equals the percent times the base. And let's start highlighting. So she's going to give $560 to her sister. That's the amount. And the reason I know that's the amount is because that is a portion of the amount of money she has in her account. She has more money in her account. She's taking $560 of it to give to her sister. We also know that's 35% of her money. So the $560 that she's giving to her sister, that's 35% of what she has in her savings account. So then the number that we are looking for is the base. So the money that she currently has in the bank, that's the whole or the base that we're looking for. So we're trying to figure out what is her current account balance? How much does she currently have in the bank so that when she gives $560 to her sister, that is also 35% of what she has in the bank. All right, so the amount is $560. We know that it's 35%. So if you remember what I said in the earlier video, we have to turn the percentage into a decimal. And we're trying to figure out what that base is. So 35% of what? What am I multiplying 0.35 by in order to obtain $560? So to isolate the B value in this case, I want to divide both sides of my equation by 0.35. And then what that allows me to do is that allows me to divide out common factors. So on the left side of my equation, I have 560 divided by 0.35. And after I do that division, that's going to give me my base, okay? Let's go ahead and do that division. So it was 560, that's the number I typed first. And then I'm going to divide that by 0.35, which gives me 1,600. So that means she has $1,600 in her bank account right now. So she has $1,600 in the bank. Okay, so that is going to be my answer, the $1,600. Okay, I'm going to start another slide where I also show you the proportion method. If you're okay with this method here, you can stop watching. If you want to see a different method, let's keep going, and we're going to solve the same exact problem just using the proportion method. All right, so let's clear this out. This one I need to clear out from the last example. All right, so when we do our proportion method, it's the amount over the base is equal to the percentage over 100. So we determined that the amount was $560. We were looking for the base, but we knew that her $560 was 35% of what she had in the bank. So we're going to cross multiply here. So I'm going to multiply the numerator of the first, the denominator of the first equation by the numerator of the second. So when I get b times 35, that becomes 35b. And then I'm going to multiply the numerator of the first fraction by the denominator of the second. So that's going to equal 560 times 100. So I have 35b equals 56,000 right now, because when I multiply 560 times 100, I get 56,000. And then what I want to do is I want to isolate my B value. So I'm going to divide both sides by 35. So what that means is to get B by itself, I divided out the 35s. To get B, I'm going to take the number 56,000 and I'm going to divide it by 35. So in your calculator, you want to make sure you're typing 56,000 as the first number, then type your division sign and then 35, and we still get 1,600. So she has $1,600 in the bank. So if you remember, that was the same answer as the last problem that we did, or the same problem. It's the same answer as when we solved it using the A equals P times B method.